Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. I am your host, John Azisal. For those of you who don't know me, I am the head of growth in Optimum, helping our company to grow, and I'm also working with our e-commerce clients and helping them to grow as well. So today I am going to talk about the blueprint to 3x your pop-up conversion rate, right? And then how you can create the best pop-ups for your e-commerce brand. So I divided this webinar into three parts. In the first part, I'm just going to talk about the three rules of effective and not annoying pop-ups. I'm going to teach you how you can create non-annoying pop-ups. And then in the second part, I'm going to talk about top 10 must-have pop-up types for an e-commerce brand. There are a lot of ways that you can use pop-ups, but I'm going to show you the top 10 must-have pop-up types that you need to have in your e-commerce store. And then the last part, I'm going to give you 7 tips to create killer pop-ups. Okay. I think this webinar should take around 30 minutes, and let's get this going. Okay. So the first section, the 3 rules of effective and not annoying pop-ups. What does your customer needs, right? Let's just give a practical example. And before I go deeper, let me just explain why I'm talking about our customers. The first rule of not annoying your customers with the pop-ups is that you need to know what they want. That's why I'm telling you guys about this story on what does your customer needs. Okay, let's go with the practical example. We have Ben, my buddy is 38 years old, looking for a wedding ring around $2,000. He comes to your website, and then you're pushing this message to him: necklaces for 10% off, right? And then what happens? Beep, you annoyed him because he's not looking for necklaces. Like, he's looking for a wedding ring, and then you keep pushing him this message about 10% off in the necklaces. Well, that's an annoying pop-up, okay? Let's change this scenario now. Then you're pushing wedding rings 10% off to the Ben. And what's going to happen? He's not annoyed, because you personalize his experience for him. Like, you know what he's looking for, and based on what he's looking for, you're giving him a discount, which is super relevant to his intent. Okay. And how do you create a message that is not going to annoy your customers? You do that by achieving customer message fit. So what is customer message fit? You can see it here. So on the left side, we have the needs of our customers, right? You need to understand what the people are looking for. And on the right side is you have your own messaging. And then if your messaging resonates with the needs of your customers, you have this sweet spot called customer message fit. Oftentimes, your marketing department creates a message that is not going to resonate with your customers' needs, and you don't find the CMF, and then you end up annoying your users. So with the practical example that I've just shown in the previous slide was a good example of a company who finds a CMF through the right messaging. So the first rule, your pop-up will only convert if there's a customer message fit. Otherwise, you'll just annoy your visitors. Okay, so let's talk more about the right message to the right people. Again, I got my buddy here, Ben38, looking for a wedding ring. And then we have Kate. She's looking for a birthday gift around $100. So you're delivering the right message to the Ben, find the perfect wedding ring. He's super happy. You have the customer message fit, and then you're delivering this right message. Sorry, here is an example that if you try to deliver the same message to Kate, Katie's not going to be happy, even though like both of them are in your audience and they do come to your website. You need to have different message for each one of them. See, if you change your message to gift ideas are $100, Kate will be happy too, because that's what she was looking for. So there's no joker message that works for everyone. Code for me, there's no single message that works for each visitor. You have to give the right message to the right people. I love using joker when I'm playing card game, but there's no joker when it comes to delivering the right message to your audience. Like, there's no message that's going to fit for all of your customers. So the rule number 2, your website visitors are not the same. They all have different needs. You need to personalize your messages for different visitor segments. The other thing that I really want to talk about is how a customer journey looks like. I mean, you might be saying that we know how it looks like, but what I realized is what people thinks about the customer journey is is oftentimes far away from how it looks in reality. And let's just look at the example here. We got Kate, 35 years old. She gets home after a hard day, scrolls through Instagram, and clicks on or like taps on an ad for new mattress. It's 8 p.m. And then in the 15 minutes, she's browsing, she starts to get more interested, and then she receives an offer of 10%, and then she opts in. But then 2 minutes later, right, she's getting more and more interested as she browses and she wants to buy. But then this sound from the kitchen, okay, it distracts her. Mom, come here! I'm so hungry. Mom, like she stole my toy. Mom, I gotta go to pee. And then she's like, "Oh, there's a conflict in the kitchen." She just drops her phone and then runs to the kitchen to help the kids, right? Resolve the conflict with the kids. And then what happened? She didn't continue with the purchase. 3 days later, she receives an email that says, "Hey, your coupon code is still waiting for you. Don't let it go to waste." And she's like, "Oh wow, I remember like before the conflict in the kitchen started, I was looking at this cool mattress. So let me just go back and um, let me just go back to that website and see if my mattress is still there." And then she comes back to the website and then she decides to buy. So this is how a realistic customer journey looks like. And as you can see, as most people think, customer journey is not just a one step. Somebody's not going to land on your website and then just do purchase in the first touch point, right? It's not the case. I mean, it happens, but it's rare. If you're focusing on instant sales, like focusing on doing sale in the first touch point, you're leaving money on the table. Okay, you have to build and you have to optimize your touch points. Okay, so here are some examples on how many touch points each purchase had. For laptop is 3.4, TV 3.3, phone 2.9, and even a shirt, which is a low friction item compared to others, has 1.7. So it's not just one. So the rule number 3, don't rush to purchase. Solve one problem at a time for the user. Build a list and nurture the relationship until he or she becomes ready to buy. So what that means is that you have to build your own channels, and then you have to optimize each touch point you have in your buyer journey to make sure that you're giving the best experience to your users. Okay, so the 3 rules of effective and not annoying pop-ups, right? The first one is that you need to achieve customer message fit for your pop-ups to convert. Second one, personalize your messages to achieve customer message fit. And then the third one is to build a list and nurture your relationship. All right, now we're going to talk about the top 10 most tapped pop-up types for an e-commerce brand. Top visitor segments of an e-commerce store. So before I talk about some of the pop-up types you need to use, you need to understand the website visitors you have and the most important segments in your e-commerce store. So let's start. You'll have blog article visitors if you're writing a blog, and then you'll have new direct homepage visitors. You have product page visitors. You have visitors with active coupon, cart and checkout abandoners, and then you have visitors who just purchase or returning customers. So as you can see, the order is from the lowest awareness level to the highest awareness level. And you can see here, and then I have a description of what each one of these segment means. Blog article visitors, as the name suggests, they're just reading an article about the problem they have or some thought leadership article. New direct homepage visitors, they just arrived to your homepage directly trying to figure out where to start. Product page visitors, checking the product page. Visitors with an active coupon, this is people who already subscribe and got a coupon. Cart and checkout abandoners, again, as the name suggests, they put something to their cart and they are going to leave without buying it. People who just purchased, people, again, as the name suggests, those are the people who just purchased and they are probably on your thank you page. Returning non-customers, previously checked at least one product, but then they did not purchase and now they come back. All right, so let's start with the blog article visitor segment, and let's talk about what kind of pop-ups you can use for these people, okay? So blog article visitors, who are they? They are reading an article in your blog. What are they currently doing? They're reading the article. Possible personalization, we can personalize the experience based on content or anything. Our goal here is to redirect them to a product or make get them to subscribe to our newsletter. Um, so the first pop-up type here is promoting an ebook as an incentive to build your list. Instead of just asking the email the email of the person in exchange for a discount, right? You can just have more contextual offer. If someone is reading, let's say that you have a nutrition e-commerce store and this person is reading about the paleo diet in your blog. So instead of just giving a discount on that person, you can just have, if you have an ebook on a special diet, as you can see in the example, so you can push that ebook as an incentive to get the email of your reader. Why? Because this is contextual, right? So this person is reading about some special diet, which is paleo, and then you're pushing him or her an ebook about the special diet. So you know that the intent of this person is to understand more about the diets, and then you're pushing him or her the right ebook. So he's more likely to go and convert here. New direct homepage visitors. So who are they? They're new visitors are writing at homepage. How we can make this experience personalized based on referral source. Our goal here is to help them get started and get them to subscribe. So as you can see here, we have this pop-up type called the conversational pop-up. This kind of pop-up is good for segmenting your new website visitors based on their interest and then giving them the right messages. Just if you go back to the example that I've given in the first couple of slides, how you can non-annoy your visitors with delivering the right messages. So this pop-up is must, okay? This pop-up is like conversation starter when someone visits your website. Instead of just aggressively pushing them deals, you're just asking them, what are you looking for? And if the person says, I'm looking for t-shirts, and then you give them the messages, you push them pop-ups about the t-shirts, okay? Again, same segment, direct homepage visitors. This time, this is also one of my favorite pop-ups to use on homepage. You know, you can use the Lucky Wheel pop-up to offer gamified user experience. Gamified user experience with wheel like this, it always arouses curiosity, and when you can arouse the curiosity in your visitors, it will incentivize them to get to the end. So they might be more inclined to opt in and try their luck and see like what they will get. All right, so the next segment, product page visitors. Those are the people who are interested with the product. They're probably checking your product page and spend at least like 15 seconds on it. How do we make the experience personalized based on price, product, or category? So our goal here is to convince them to subscribe or show them or recommend them other products. Okay, so the use case that we have here is offer a discount for collecting um, phone numbers. It could be a phone number, it could be email, it could be Facebook Messenger, up to you. But the thing here is that when a visitor is on the product page, right, especially if you have like a seasonal discount, make sure that you apply that into your pop-up, and then just give a special discount for this product page visitor, ask their email, phone number, or just like one of them. So this will help you. This will help you to convert those product page visitors. But the thing you have to be careful here is then make sure that your headline, the discount headline, your offer is super visible. Right, another product page visitor. Um, This time, we are not trying to make a sale here and get their emails right away. What we're doing here is recommending relevant products as an exit intent pop-up, right? So this is really good if you have a lot of selection in your category pages, okay, or in your product pages. Like people might be confused on what is it that they want to go for a bit. Maybe they want to buy a bag, but because you have a lot of selection and they got this choice of paradox cognitive bias, and they're like, oh, like I'm super confused. Maybe like I'll sleep on it, I'll think more about it, I don't know which one to go for, so I'll just continue the process later on. In times like this, you can intervene with an exit intent pop-up and just say, hey, here are some of our best sellers, right? And why do we want to position this as a bestseller? Is because when a person is confused, if you're pushing the bestseller products to them, they will, it's de-risking for them, because they're just going to think that, oh well, I can never go wrong with the wisdom of the crown, so these are the bestseller ones, so maybe this should be my purchase. Okay, so the next segment is the visitors with active coupon. These people are the ones with the active coupon. They are browsing your website. How do we make this experience personalized? We can make this personalized based on deadline. Our goal is to finish the purchase here. Um, the use case that I have here is the reminding the users of their coupons to encourage redemption, right? If you have a sticky bar like this, right, and it's going to be really visible for your visitors with active coupon, you'll always remind them that, hey, like you have this offer, don't forget to use it. And it would be great if you also add some FOMO here, but including some deadline, right? You can just say, hey, use this 20% off until XYZ, or just like put like a counter. You can only use this discount for 15 hours. Right, the next segment, cart and checkout abandoners. Who are these people? Again, as the name suggests, they're about to exit your website without making a purchase. How do we make this personalized based on the cart value? Our goal here is to get them to finish line, make the purchase. The use case that I have here is promoting a special offer when visitors are about to leave your website. This is like you're using discount as your last resort to nudge people for the buying decision. So, discount always incentivize your customers to make the purchase right now. And if you have an exit intent pop-up just like this one saying that, oh wait, we have a special offer for you, here's your 10% discount before you go, do you want to continue your purchase? And the good thing to do here is that if you include some FOMO element, you can just add to your copy something like, oh, are you sure that you want to, you don't want to take this extra 10% off? If you leave right now, you will be leaving the money on the table. So make sure that you're reminding them that this offer is only for one time. All right. Another use case that I have here is the collecting of feedback when visitors leave your site without buying. This is not for purchase intent, but here we're trying to understand why people don't buy from us. And this is quite important if you want to increase your conversions. We need to understand, you need to understand that why some of your customers don't convert. Maybe they have some reasons, maybe they have some doubts and anxieties about your product that you're not addressing it in your website. Here in this pop-up, we are using a multiple choice question, right? In this example, we have the selections. I don't know this product. I'm still just thinking about it. I don't like this product. But you can also make this open-ended question, and this will actually give you a lot more precise information than having multiple choice ones. But if this is your first time, you can just start with a multiple choice one like this one. Just just talk to your sales team or like customer support, what are some of the objections that people have before buying something from you, and then list them here to see, like, the people who are not buying something from you, if they really do have the problems that you think are stopping them. All right, so the next segment, the people who just purchased, as the name suggests, these are the people who just purchased. They are in your thank you page. How do we make this experience personalized based on the order, right? Our goal here is to deepen the relationship and then get them to make a purchase from them again. So here, the main goal is to increase the brand loyalty and nurture the relationship with your customers. And then the use case that I have here is for asking for feedback on purchase experiences and offering after purchase discount. So here we're trying to hit two birds with one stone. First, we are giving them a discount so that we're incentivizing them to come back and make a purchase. And we're also asking for feedback so that we can improve our processes on the website, like how happy they were about their buyer journey, did they have some problems, etc. Okay, so the next segment is returning non-customers, and these people are they previously checked at least one product and they didn't purchase, and now they return. They just Google your domain again, and they do their homepage. How do we make this experience personalized based on a number of previously checked products? So our goal here is to continue shopping, help customers to continue shop from where they left off, or suggest them an alternative. Use case that I have here is the reminding returning visitors where they had left off. So basically what we're doing here is that we're just saying that, oh, in your previous visit, you check those 3 items, and just you can just continue from where you left off. So we're just reminding them what they were interested with before. All right, so now I'm going to give you guys 7 tips to create killer pop-ups. Let's just go. So the first one is that um, use a visually attention grabbing call to actions. Okay, so what you want to do in your pop-ups is that your call to actions should stand out in the pop-up. Like, they should be the first thing, not the first thing, but they should really, really stand out. And I should understand, what is it that you want me to do? What is the next step? Or what will I get if I press on your call to action? A good example here, see, they don't, this company, they don't just include yes, right? They also include what does yes means for them. That's really good. This is not a call to action, but they also use the call to value. Okay, they're stating the value the user will get upon clicking on it. And also, it's important that you're really using eye-catching colors for your call to actions, so that you're breaking the pattern, right? If the pop-up background color is just white, make sure that you're using some other color than the white. Just like in an example here, at the order is very visible call to action. Okay, so the next tip is use directional cues. So when you use directional cues, just like it could be hand drawn arrow like this, or it could be a person looking at your call to action. In this case, he's not looking at the call to action. But imagine that this person was looking at your call to action, pointing towards the call to action. Then this would get your then this picture would get your attention to the key element, call to action, the page. So the purpose we're trying to serve here is that we think that if you use directional cues, it will help our readers to focus on where do we want them to focus, which is your call to action, right? So what you need to do is that use directional objects such as hand-drawn arrows to point out your call to action. Here's a great example of this, and they're pointing out, they're using hand-drawn arrow to point that here, and here's another example here. Again, they're using a directional cue to point out the call to action. Or you can use human images and make sure that the person is either looking at your call to action or pointing out there. So again, go to this one. Let's go to this example. If this person was looking at here or pointing out to here, that would be using human images as a directional cue. All right, next step, you need to emphasize the value in your pop-up. Whatever it is that you're offering with this pop-up, make sure that your value is super visible in the first 5 seconds. Because you don't have a lot of time, right? People will not read everything in your pop-up. But whatever the value that you're providing, make sure that it stands out and it's like super visible. Here's a good example. The value that the pop-up is emphasizing here, just the 20% discount on the next purchase. And you can see that the first thing that catches my eye is this one, because the headline is super clear, and then it's visible. Again, here, enter to win RX bar fall giveaway, right? The sentence is super clear, easy to understand, and I understand what the main value is if I click on here. All right, the next one, you need to support the unique value proposition with a call to action. So what do I mean by that? Just I see that a lot of people are using like very generic call to action buttons, such as buy now, add the cards, or submit like codes. These are like super generic. And if you have call to action buttons that indicates the value that a user will get upon clicking on it, that's a lot better. For example, here, become a hooligan, right? Become a part of a community. In this example, the main message of this pop-up is a 10% discount. But instead of just having get my discount here, you can see that they clearly emphasize get 10% off. So the reader will know the value they will get upon clicking on this. All right, use social proof to boost user psych, right? Boost positive user psych. So usually your customers will need some extra push before they make that purchase, okay? And you can do that with including a testimonial, right? In your high intent pages, you can include a testimonial pop-up just like this one, so that you're reminding your users that what is it the main value that they will get upon buying your product, and how some other users just like them benefited from this. Okay, so this will help people to go over the hill and then to make the purchase. You can see a great example here. So what you can do here is find a code that supports your unique value proposition, right? And then take that, use this in your high intent pages, such as product pages, checkout pages, and other like high intent pages that you have to increase your conversions. Addressing fears and objections of your prospective customers. So what you need to do here is that, first of all, you need to talk to your customers and ask them the question, what nearly prevented you from becoming a customer? Or run a feedback polls, just like I've shown you guys as an example in the previous slides. And then once you understand what are some of the objections and fears that your customers has, you need to address them in your pop-ups. Here, for example, Kiss My Keto is using pop-ups to do de-risking, right? Free shipping over 60 bucks, 30-day money-back guarantee. And then they're also including FOMO here to make this offer even more compelling. So, for example, if let's say that you are selling sunglasses and you know that a lot of your customers told you that what nearly prevented them from buying with you is that they were not sure that if the glasses would fit them once they once they have them. So in this scenario, you can just use a pop-up that says, hey, you can buy the sunglasses, and if they don't fit, then you can return them for free. So this is actually a great example of addressing the fears and objections of your audience. So to do here is that what are the possible risk factors for your ICP? What prevents them from buying? What nearly prevented them from buying? Address to their fears, ideally under the call to action to reduce their anxiety. This could be on your pop-up, or this could be in any call to action that you have on your website. And then make the offer look more valuable, more compelling with a FOMO. The next one, create time-sensitive incentive. Okay, it's not enough to just have a great offer, but great offer could be even more compelling if you add a FOMO, just like in the example here. All right, so if you are interested with the framework that I used to give you guys this, because I didn't just come up with all these tips, I am using this framework. So if you want to get this framework, you can go to this link and get it for free. And also, if you want to read more about how you can do customer segmentation, how you can do all this website segmentation that I just talked about in the beginning of the slides, I also recommend you guys to read our guide on customer value optimization. Again, you can go here and get it for free. So this was it for me today. Thank you all for listening. And if you do have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to help you guys all the time. All right. See you on the next one. Take care.